Hello everyone. My name is Hunter, and this is a review of Ted Lasso Season 3, Episode 6. Now, there are a lot of plot lines in this episode. A lot of them I liked, and a few that I didn't like very much. And it all takes place in Amsterdam after the team had suffered another loss, a friendly loss to one of the teams in Amsterdam I can't remember the name of. It doesn't matter. Let's start with some of those plot lines. The first one I'm going to talk about is Ted. This is one of my favorite plot lines because it's actually giving Ted some development that I think he's been needing since season 1. So Ted, he drinks this drink that Beard had offered him, which would make him drunk or something like that. And Beard is hoping it would kind of boost his, make him happier, I guess. And so Ted drinks it, and then he goes to like this American style restaurant. So Ted's at the restaurant, and then he actually starts to do some like football strategy. And it was like, finally, where Ted is actually starting to learn how football works, even though he's been the coach of a professional team for almost 3 seasons now. I've been very frustrated since not the very beginning, but over time you would hope that he would learn how football works. I think it's a little bit too late, but at least he's finally learning. I was worried he was never going to learn. I thought the showrunners were just never going to actually have him learn anything about football. But then at the end of the episode, Beard reveals that the drink was actually a dud. And so Ted was really under placebo effect. And I just thought that was great. I love Ted's storyline. The beginning was a little slow of his storyline, but near the end, when he was actually, character developing, I really loved it. And so off to the next storyline, and that's Rebecca. This was my least favorite storyline, mostly because this is one of my problems throughout this entire season, is that they keep putting the characters that we love and putting them with characters that we don't know very well. Like with Keely, she's with a bunch of characters that we don't know very well, and I don't find any of them interesting. Any of the new characters interact with Keely. And then Rebecca is kind of the same way a little bit. She's been really doing a lot more stuff on her own. But in this episode, she falls off a bridge. Some guy saves her, brings her to his houseboat. She takes a shower in his houseboat, and then they have dinner. They just have a lot of fun at this houseboat. And honestly, every single time we got back to that storyline, I felt a little bored with it. It was definitely my least favorite storyline. I didn't care very much for it. I wish it didn't spend so long on Rebecca's storyline, because that felt like the longest part of this show. She's getting character development, but just really slow. And I guess that's my problem with her. That's my problem with her this entire season, really. But anyways, we go on. Let's talk about the rest of the team. So the rest of the team they're trying to figure out what to do the entire night. It was just a really funny sequence. Really nothing, no drama or anything. It's just them trying to figure out what to do, and you get all the normal character quirks of all the team members in there. And so that was just funny. Then we got Colin and Trent. Colin's been there since season 1. He just hasn't had this big of a role since season 1. I don't know why he has this big of a role right now. Hopefully it kind of integrates into the main plot a little bit, because right now his plot feels a bit random. I think it will. It's just we just don't know why Colin is getting some spotlight right in this moment. But I love his interaction with Trent and how Trent's helping Colin through this situation that he's stuck in. And so yeah, Trent is just a great character. I'm so glad that he's kind of in every episode. He's just great, and I'm glad he helped Colin. And so then we have my favorite storyline, which is Jamie and Roy, and they're just traveling throughout Amsterdam. Jamie's giving Roy like a tour. He's kind of like his little tour guide, and it was just fun. Jamie taught Roy how to ride a bike. It was just, again, this is a very this is a very fun episode. This was a very fun episode. It had a few things in there that kind of moved the overall season plot forward, not too much, which is my main problem with this season so far, however, is that everything is moving extremely slow. I feel like in the writer's room, they know how every character is going to start and end. They know how they are going. They know how they're going to develop throughout the entire season. It's just I feel like they didn't exactly know how to spread that out between 12 episodes is going to be in this season. Yeah, I think we're like halfway through. This is like the halfway point, and that's so far. We're episode 6. We have a lot more to go. It's just things are moving so slow. I'm glad that Ted is finally learning how football is actually works, and Rebecca is getting some happiness. I'm not entirely sure what her entire plotline did for her character development. I guess she's learning how to love again. With that guy. But anyways, this episode was just overall just a fun episode. You can watch it by itself and you'll have a great time with it, as long as you don't expect any huge season plot changes. So if I had to give this episode a grade from 0 to 100, I think I would give it a 75. I think a 75 is really good. And so I do thank you for watching. If you agree or disagree with anything I've said this entire review, please let me know, because my opinions are subject to change. Without further ado, I thank you for watching, and goodbye.